there, I'm a cute little bug.
Splat is a DOS game which was developed in 1999 by PLBM Games. Says studio consists of one bloke from California, Kurt W. Decker. He's produced several other DOS games dating as far back as 1990. He even helped program PC titles such as Mary Teaches Typing and the enhanced PC CD-ROM version of SimCity. And while Splat was first released in 1999, it wasn't copyrighted until 2004. Wonder why. PLBM Games also has its own website, plbm.com, which is still up and running to this day. Not secure though. The most recent post on this site, as of this video anyway, was in July the 10th, 2020. Most of these posts are of demos of his games, as well as paragraphs giving us some coding advice. So what do you have to do in Splat? Well, your main objective is to stop the bugs from stealing your sugar cubes away into the off-screen dimension, because as we all know, if something's off-screen, it no longer exists. You stop these bugs by using your fly sorter, which looks more like a frying pan in this game. You can control your pan using several different control methods, like your mouse, keyboard, joystick, and even trackball, which I assume is those giant mice with the marble in between the left and right buttons. Not to be confused with those giant trackable boxes for the Atari 5200. For this video, in my case, I used the mouse. Left clicking slams the pan to the ground, squashing any ants underneath it, and right clicking stuns all the bugs on screen for a few seconds. You only have a finite amount of these stun moves, indicated by the bracketed number at the bottom of the screen. Whilst you're playing, you gotta make sure that you have at least 3 sugar cubes by the end of each wave. If you don't, then it's game over. These creepy crawlies come in different forms. Orange ones down 1 hit, grey ones 2 hits, flashing ones what feels like 500 hits, and the small ones also down 1 hit but are faster, well until they start moving the cubes to the off-screen dimension, in which case they're slow as fuck. The gameplay in general is very reminiscent to Namco arcade classics like Dig Dug and Galaga. The grassy floor even changes colour after completing every few waves, just like in Dig Dug. I do like how slamming the pan to the ground leaves permanent imprints on the screen for the duration of your game, which is a nice touch. However, don't go too crazy with the slamming because if you miss your targets, your score decreases. If you hit them though, your score increases. When you reach a certain score threshold, you gain an extra sugar cube. The ground itself is most likely a pixelated background generated in MS Paint, using some sort of spray tool or something. The sprite work for the ants is a collection of connected shapes resembling the anatomy of a typical insect. Kurt used the technique of flattening 3D models into 3D sprites, similar to that of games like Killer Instinct and Donkey Kong Country. In terms of sounds, you might notice the voice clips in the game sound awfully familiar.
Hurry!
Yep, it's the voice packs in the Worms games. Still fits though, and it wouldn't be Splat without some comical splatting sound effects, which sound like exploding ketchup packets, or exploding packets of shit. Take your pick. I quite like the soundtrack. It's a simple percussion loop, which sounds like somebody making popping sounds up close to your ear. The beat becomes faster and more layered as you progress through the stages, which adds a little bit of tension to the gameplay. The Game Over soundtrack is a bit overdramatic. So overall, it's a decent bite-sized chunk of insect-crushing fun. You know, a minor distraction, for a few minutes. That's why I recommend you obtain it in the most legal way possible, by downloading it for free via an abandonware site. Oh yeah, and whilst you're online, check out Decker's stuff on plbm.com. So yeah, it's okay. Thanks for watching. See ya.